Hey everybody. Hey Jay. Hey Jeanette. Hey Jonathan. M. Hulls. Hey James. Good evening to you as well. My name is Big Chonis. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you guys can find me on Twitter. I am at Big Chonis. These are all my best ideas. I take technical analysis very seriously. I'm a crypto trader, a investor, a mentor, a chart psychologist. Please do your own research. Remember, you guys can sign up for my mentoring. Still offering it in September. Please refer to my video and my tweet about it. And any questions about that, please DM me or email me, bigchonis@gmail.com. Let's look at some crypto action. So we're going to start with Litecoin here, which is just having a very nice 4-hour candle here. Now we are currently breaking through two interesting areas, are busting over our upper BB and our MA200, which is a line I definitely like to keep an eye on here because it had acted as a resistance, support, and once again is breaking through. And not only that, but our Bollingers, which are actually pretty wide right now on our 4-hour chart there. That is notable. Let's take a look here at our RSI. Okay, look at that. Nice continuation. Boom, boom. We found support here at 51 and blasted higher. Now we see a couple areas historically, like our 70 area, that when we do hit that, we actually find that resistance. And eventually we are able actually to bust through it into these upper areas on our 4-hour chart. So are we beginning to make a path to that direction here? Let's take a look here at our Stoke. I've been up here at the 4-hour chart a couple days now, so about the normal length we actually do hang out here when we break very, very bullish. We are currently also crossing bullishly here for another go around back to retest our top areas here on our 4-hour. So that's angled definitely higher there as well. And our MACD just took another rocket ship higher, and we actually broke this trend of our histogram where we're currently putting in a very nice candle here as this 4-hour closes in like 10 minutes. So this is going to close on a very nice Maribozu, unless it sells off in the next 7 minutes here, but looking pretty strong here. Looking at our OBV. Now, this is something. Let's see, do I have any crayons on this one? No, I do not. But we're going to watch a potential, another double tap of this resistance area, most recent resistance area. Keep an eye on that. We're also going to keep an eye on where this angle has hit. Right there, interesting. It hit resistance, back tested support, and then broke bullishly out of it. So that's another encouraging bullish sign. And this would be kind of an area here on OBV I would consider targeting as a kind of the next area of major resistance if we can actually complete this push and get up there. And our chalk and money flow has broken out and getting closer to our 0.2 area, which is another area that we've seen very strong resistance on whenever we have actually tested it. So nice push here for Litecoin here, but you know, we're getting a little toppy here, especially being outside our upper BB on our 4-hour. We do see the last couple times we did that, Bollingers were much tighter back then. Look how wide they are now. So this is more extreme than this area because of how tight they were. I give a little leeway for the tightness here because we're kind of wide and we're also spreading out pretty wide there on this push. Good setup though. You see how the my EMA 1226s acted as support here. We broke bullishly from it, found that push and broke higher. We see our EMA 55 was actually that strong resistance and now able to break bullish on it. I would now look for it to be support, and that's basically at 55. So even on a pullback here, retesting 55, which was a major resistance, reacting as support, that could be something you'd want to keep an eye on if you want more continuation on any kind of a pullback. Let's go to our daily chart. Now look at that. We are hitting... This guy here. We are hitting, what was our first thing? We haven't even hit our mill VB, but boy, do we hit our EMA 26, right? This line right here, EMA 26, to the penny. we basically hit it right there and are currently finding resistance on it. Very nice green candle here. Remember, we bottomed at 47, so 47 to 58, 10, 11 bucks here, 3 days. That's a nice move. That's a very nice move. What do we get here? What do we get for that nice move here? What do they get? They get 24% move. Wow. So from bottom to top, the past couple days here, this has been a very nice move. One of the bigger ones, equal to Ethereum, 25% almost, literally exactly 25% almost. That's notable too. So we went 25%, okay, in 3 days here. Very nice bottom hammer, okay, follow up, nice shave bottom. And now we have this another follow-up, very nice big candle with a very nice bottom wick so far. And where we're topped right now, we are going to just about to start our next and our last 4-hour candle of the day to bring us this conclusion here. So we'll be watching to see how tall our upper wick is here. Our first touch of this major resistance line, okay, will be notable, and that's where we have hit right there. Note where our EMA 12 is on the daily at 56. So even on a pullback, okay, as long as we can keep a higher low from our previous candle, we can continue this. I would say our volume right now is moderate. We're definitely going to be putting in higher volume today than we did yesterday. We've already surpassed it, and we actually still have another 4 hours, to go in this candle here. So the question we're asking is Litecoin leading some way here where what could happen potentially with Bitcoin? Now our daily RSI, we're not over 50 yet. Remember, I like to be over 50 to get more bullish momentum in the market. And it's been a while, actually. It's been since May we were able to get with significance above 50, but basically all of our bullish pops have brought us over that area. So we still have a little ways to go to confirm that this actual move here has a lot more substance to it. Note the double bottom we had here that held a little bit of a lower low there. But that allowed it to push higher. Our chalk-in is bullish and breaking through. But again, I want to be above 0.2 on our daily. We see what happened the last time we get in this 0.2 to 0.5 area there. And that's something that it's kind of like you need to know that in this area once again, or even putting in a lower area. That would even show another more bearish sign there, where even on this very nice bull break, we're basically hitting key areas of resistance again. You see the last time we did have a bull break, we did a double. You go up, pause, up again. So we've gone up, pause, up again. And now we're putting in this topping leg here, So we're going to see how much this can keep us going here on this push here. We're almost at the 0.2. We're almost in that area where we have found very strong resistance on the daily chalk and money flow, basically when the money stops flowing in and we begin to see that bearish divergence once again. Let's pull up our TD counts here and kind of see where we're at in the count. We'll go some of the higher time frames. Come on, let's get this a little clearer. There we go. There we go. Let me hide my BBs here. Okay, so we are currently on a red 1. Now look at that. Look at that. Telling me that the TD, we basically finished with a red 9. Okay. It was not a very good looking red 9 because it was not at the bottom of the cycle. The 8 was actually your confirmation bottom cycle here in this count. And, the bottom can come in the 8 as well. Clearly shown here. Our 9 candle was not a perfected one because it wasn't the bottom one in the downtrend, but clearly that trend has changed, and because of that we are now currently able to put in our first green 1 very quickly. After our 9 here, you see the last time we had a red 9, it took us many candles to put in our first green, just because we were not able to. Everything here was worse in the previous 4 up until this candle right here. So this happened a lot quicker than the last 9 count we actually had before. Remember, we broke bullishly on the daily with a 9 as well. We bled out a little bit bullishly for a couple candles. We did our 9. Are we bleeding up for a couple candles before we actually finish complete move? Once again, angled downtrend there. You know, is Litecoin cheap at 47? I mean, remember, we were at 49, right? Mid-August. We went from 49 to 69. Okay, 20 bucks. Now we just went from 47 to 57, 10 bucks. So are we going to test our EMA 55 once again? You see how major resistance it was back here on the daily Litecoin chart. Okay, so this is a very nice move. We're hitting our first key area of resistance, similar back here where our EMA 26 on our daily acted as resistance until we could break bullishly on it and find support on it. So we kind of see what kind of follow through, and again, we're going to see what kind of candle we actually close here. Otherwise, very nice move with Litecoin right there. And since I'm just on Litecoin, let me just take a quick look here. You know there are Litecoin longs and shorts as well. So long Litecoin shorts, this is our daily here. Shorts have been just ramping. Look at it. They were ramping. They had a 9. They blasted through it. Longs, you know, they're on a green 1 here. Maybe they're a big kind of put in some sort of a change here. Again, this is not the best looking chart. Putting in lows here. Overall, we're putting in a little higher low here, but this longs chart here, interesting. What does this look like to you? Oh, I do have some artwork on here. What are we doing here? I mean, we're putting in clearly an ascending triangle, right? Where we're hitting a pretty much flat top area, and we're catching ourselves on this bottom area. Now, this is longs here, so once again, we're hugging our lower support line where we have many times. So every time we've hugged it, we've bounced, right? Right, we've bounced and we've retested our upper line up here. So is this time going to be any different? You know, is this time going to be any different? It can be if this line breaks. So keep an eye on this. We know when we break bullish, we can actually give ourselves some breathing room. But these are getting tighter here. And this tightness, in theory, could take the longs, you know, into the end of the year in this pattern. But this is a notable pattern here that we're going to have to keep an eye on. So if this breaks, that's very bearish for Litecoin. That basically negates this, makes this line a resistance line that was once major support. All right, since we're on longs and shorts, we can take a look at Bitcoin longs and shorts. So we'll start with longs here. Again, talked about this last time. We're in this descending wedge here, okay? Lower highs, lower lows, still a ways to go. This could take us into October, November if we keep riding down this wedge here. You know, it's very possible. What that means is just a continuation of a bearish market for Bitcoin overall, where you're just not ready for that change in direction here. But this pattern, when it breaks bullish, is designed to do just that. Find a termination area down here, bust through, maybe do a little back test, and then bust through that again. And that can be a trend changer. So we'll keep an eye on this resistance line, which is seeming to set this trend here. And I can clearly move it in a lot tighter. Look at that right there. Boom. Where does this end? It ends literally like the last day of October. Isn't that crazy? So it could tighten up all the way into October. Bitcoin longs dropping bearishly. Going on Bitcoin shorts today. So we talk about how close they are to our ATH levels, okay, all-time high levels. We hit it in April. We came close in the middle of August, and now we're once again, you know, mid-September here, came close again. And as long as we kind of hang out up here and find these supports, we can bust through this one more time. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean when shorts are rising? Now, the price of Bitcoin rose yesterday, right? This is the daily chart. And shorts kind of held their positions more or less. There was a sell-off early. They actually loaded their shorts. Doesn't sound right. And today we're actually a little bearish. Let's see what our shorter term looking here. Get rid of my TD because I don't care about the hourly. So listen, this is not bearish. This is just sideways right now. We're holding sideways. We're chilling out our RSI. Well, RSI is getting chilled out now. Stoke hourly totally chilled out. So this is ready to make another pump. Now, what makes this pump again? Well, before we do that, let's say where can it come back down to until we start losing our shape here. So I definitely would say somewhere in this area would be my first area I like to hold, but definitely right here, even if we get this low, that's still okay because it doesn't really break this upward momentum trend here. And what this means is one of two things. Either Bitcoin is breaking bearishly and people feel like it's going to break really bearish and kind of load it up, or Bitcoin rises a little bit more and shorts buy into that because they're waiting for getting a better price. Bitcoin can keep rising to a point where you can actually see shorts spike up if a target is reached. So if Bitcoin goes up a few hundred more dollars, you might actually see these spike up. So, since we've mentioned it, let's bring up Bitcoin. Look at a bunch of different charts here. All right, so this is my Coinbase chart. This is my idea. Let's take a look at it and see if it makes any sense. Go to our 12-hour. Might make a little more sense here. Okay, so we're basically trying to figure out what happens next here. And in this pattern here, we can clearly count a 5 going down. We can count our 5 going up. 1, 2. Are we in the elongated 3 right now? Where this of the 3 is 1, and we're in 2, which would be an up wave, right? And then 3 would be our next down wave. So what this could be setting up for, I'll hide everything, okay, is we come down, we go up, so our 1, 2, and then 3 is going to be our very long and most bearish wave that could take us much longer. Now remember, we dropped from 7,400 to, so we dropped $1,500 basically in this wave 1 here. So you would assume our third wave would be at least 15, potentially 2,000 for an extended 3. So that'd be 2K from here, 65, 55, $4,500. Yeah, so this can still be setting up for what I'm calling, oops, where are we going here? Here is we're basically in our major third wave down, and we're in where we could be just getting close to topping off of our 2 up, beginning our third in it, in which case that could bring us of a break of 5K into the 4s, where we actually have a nice relief rally hitting, I don't know the time, but somewhere back up into this $5,500 area. And then that comes down, and its final resting place somewhere around 3K area is where I asked the question before on Twitter. Um, Bitcoin will find a bottom when and only when a critical mass of people will buy, hold, and keep loading Bitcoin no matter what the price. When demand for BTC exceeds supply, at what price would you hold and buy no matter what? And my price, which happened to be a little hidden thing here on the chart, which currently also is coinciding with our MA200 on our weekly, is basically right around $3,000. If I see any price of Bitcoin with a 2 in front of it, I'd buy that as well. And anything in the ones, I'd buy that as well. So if we get down here, kind of that no matter what principle of mine, I would buy Bitcoin, I would hold Bitcoin instead of what I'm doing now, which is buying and flipping, and buying again and flipping again, and not holding long term, but basically playing the patterns and the trends. So this is an idea I have, and I am going to stick to it until I am proven otherwise. Now, I can be proven otherwise by several ways. We get back over to $7,400 and break it. This would completely, pretty much, more or less negate this. and put us in some kind of a completely different pattern here of a correction. Doesn't mean we can't go up here to break this and then create a whole new down leg. But for now, this is what I'm feeling, and I feel this could take us into the end of the year, and into next year as well. But we're not there yet, and we can leave these options open if we get down there, because for now, we are holding these key areas above. Where's my Phoenix chart? Oh, that's not it. That's not it. That's Bitstamp. That's not it. That's got to be it there, right? That's Bitfinex. So Bitfinex. Oh yeah, that was the 4-hour MA. So let's see where our MA 4-hour is looking. And oh, look at that. Look at that. We kind of hit it like on the dime. Didn't we hit it on the dime? We hit on the dime. So I got to pull a tweet up. I'm forced to pull this tweet up. Where'd that tweet go? There it is. Currently holding support over the EMA 55 on the 4-hour. Note the price interaction with the EMA 200 as it previously acted at both Bitcoin resistance and support. Right? MA 200 right around 6,600 is where it was. And we wicked off right at 65.95. So we didn't hit it, but we kind of hit where I had my box. And that was, again, very interesting there, because that was kind of be my rejection area for Bitcoin. Now, initial rejection, couple wicks here, right? Then we actually were able to break out, back test, and confirm it. So just because we're getting close to it with an initial rejection here doesn't mean we can't try again higher. We have examples of that. But that's notable. Once again, MA200, and that was a really nasty candle there that brought on this nasty candle that wasn't very nasty, because the sell-off wasn't actually that bad. And you see low volume, big lower wick. So this, even though it's red and looks bad, wasn't the worst looking candle. And you see how we were able to claw back up to that. I'm not liking this volume at all here. I'm not convinced we're ready to retest here. Note our triangle we actually broke from. So areas, lines of resistance, right, are kind of become lines of support when they are broken. So note this vector line here, and if we do come back down, I'd be curious to see the Bitcoin interaction area between that and the price. And that's going to be notable if we get down there. But for now, MA200, okay, that's your you shall not pass. Just yet. So we were looking for rejection there, and we got it. I wanted to bring up my XBT chart. So this was my pitchfork. Oh wait, no, I had on the hourly chart. That's right. Let me get back here. Zoom out. So we were rejected. We broke through, and then we fell down, found support right here. Okay, EMA 55 hourly, and rejected again, and now we're back above. So finally, right now, currently, we are finding support on our pitchfork resistance line that initially acted as resistance right now, and we have found support right at 6508 area. Oh, because this was that neckline area that we were watching for. We actually got to 66 here. And the reason I was looking for 66 was, again, we had wicked off so many times here at the 66 level. Once again, there's your resistance. Now we can target other higher areas here, but you see with the sideways action, we actually get a lower price, not lower price, but not as good of a bull break. So even achieving a higher fib level on the pitchfork, because of its angle, we're not really going up very much here. But we do note our next areas of resistance, which we could tackle, which Bitcoin could tackle. I say we, but we're all in this together, right, guys? We're all trying to learn, get better at our craft, help each other out. So watching that support line there, that is of note. Let's Let's take a look in the chat room here. All right, we got hey Paul Vamisco Rect Svekgard Slide. What's up, buddy? Jonathan Martin, Dan the Man, Paul. What's up, Paul again? S Swartz, Molly the French Bulldog. Let's see here. Ali Mahabadi. What's up, Glenn? Good to talk to you again, my friend. Jesse C. Oh, Ethereum, huh? Yeah, let's talk some Ethereum. Thanks, Jesse. That's a great idea. So Ethereum, right? Okay, and we talked about Litecoin earlier in the show. And we talked about Ethereum now because Ethereum has had a better bullish showing than Litecoin has. So I don't no idea what this fib is here. So let's figure out what I drew here and why I drew it. Let's go to our 4 hour. Let's see here. So where are we? Wow, we hit the 1618 perfectly at 124. And we're still at 120 and we're looking good. We just started this candle here, huh? Interesting. So let's pull this one. Oh, I was there. That's right. So we went to here, like there. Actually, I should pull it much wider here so you can actually see it. And that got all the way to past 3618. Okay, so if we're putting in a fifth here, then on 5. So let's try and figure this one out here. Where are we and what are we doing? So this actually feels like it's a much bigger. I mean, yeah. If that's a little 2, then that's going to be a very big 4. Is that what we're looking at here? It could be. That's the only. I'm on the 4 hour. That should be enough to kind of figure out what we're looking at here. So if this is the count, and since 3 is not crazy extended from 1, really, is it? Let's see here. It doesn't look that much more than like a 1 and a little bit, right? 155, perfectly gorgeous. Okay, so yeah, that's a 3. Wow, we could go. Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance for one more push and get you as high as 230, 233 if you had some volume near. Now the only way this now again it can be truncated and we can only get up to back to 224 again, maybe do a double test here, which would be a lot more of a conservative basically target. And that only puts you, only a couple bucks more there. You see our volume is declining. Let's look at our other indicators here. Our RSI is pretty gorgeous here. We hit the resistance again. Look at resistance. We always hit resistance at 68. And that is, once again, holding us down. But we can push one more. Wow, when was the last time we actually broke bullish on the 4 hour? July, huh? We had this one more push here, right? And got us to about 76, 77. Yeah, we look like we could be primed to push one more time there. And that would definitely coincide with something a little higher, something more like the 233 area there. So this is a very plausible target, especially if we break over here. But our volume is declining, and I really don't see a better count. Now let me go in super duper tight here, and let's try and figure out what kind of a 5 we got going on here. So we're saying that's 4. This is our lower one. Yeah. So we got basically boom, 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 and we're 5ing it, and This, yeah, that works. That works. And that works. And that works. So we're flagging on the 15. Oh, maybe not flagging. Okay, here we go. We gotta hold. We gotta hold 217 here. So if we break below 217, then we've definitely topped. If we can hold above 217, yeah, 217 or bust. So we hold above 217, then we can definitely get up to 227 to 230 area here. Um, no, I take that back. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 224. Yeah, a little less. Between 224 and 227. So basically, you hold 217, and you can get another 10 bucks into Ethereum. But right now, we gotta watch this current 15-minute candle. What are we at right here? 218. We can wick, but quickly we got to see how much of this is bought up. Watch the volume and watch the wick. This candle. This is 10 more minutes left into it here. So we're going to see how much of this gets bought up, and that's going to determine kind of our next phase here. Because right now is where we're supposed to hit the resistance, and another push can definitely get us just a little bit higher there. So that's how I see Ethereum. So remember, this is a very important candle here. What's everybody else doing here? So wait, what's going on here? What's Bitcoin? Oh, take a quick look here at CME futures. Um, I really don't want to go lower than an hourly to find gaps because the just it's just not worth it for really smaller ones like that. And I don't. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I don't see any gaps. No, the end again. We have our MA 200 on the 1 hour. Once again, boom, boom, boom. Can't get up to 200 on the 1 hour yet, but definitely keep hitting it. It can definitely break through. Let's look at our 4 hour. Remember, this is not totally pinned to the price of Bitcoin here. Um, sometimes it's a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. But note where our MA 200 is, and resistance on our 55. Remember, we've been able to break it, and then the next day we just fall back down again here. Oh, this is our hour. This is our 4 hourly. So we have a tweezer, gorgeous tweezer right here, because we broke the 55. Second attempt. Look for it to hold support. Again, this candle's just getting going. Just getting going. Let's take a look here. What are our coins? So ZRX is having a good day today. It's over 10% USD. Again, it's following suit in terms of Ethereum's push here. RSI, very nice. Not that toppy yet. Room to go. And yeah, because this broke so good here, this count, this could be still pretty early, unless we're doing a ABC. Yeah, I mean, this is a great bottom here. The only thing I'm 1, 2, yeah, so 3. We could definitely still be in 3 there for sure. Yeah, look for about 64 bucks would be a good bull target for that. If only if ETH can keep its next wave going here. Remember, we have to hold 217. We're at 219, so keep an eye on that. Up 218.83. Litecoin, little pullback as well. Okay, Bitcoin. What do we got here? What chart is this? This is BitMEX inverse swap. Let's go to our daily here. Yes, this chart. So let me go back to log scale. So listen, we talk about our bear targets, okay, but we also talk about our red line of resistance here. Doing resistance, resistance. Okay, so it's not crazy to assume that the price could touch it one more time, right? And that could basically put it anywhere from 7K or lower, anywhere on this diagonal, and that is a definite possibility. So I'm looking for, these kind of bear possibilities here, but we can still put one more tap in on top here of our resistance line. Note our volume, um, daily chart. This is our big volume exchange, and we're getting less volume in this move here. We're not really we're not hitting it. Let's see where we're at here. Let me refresh for a moment. Bitcoin dominance 555%. It's down 1% or 2 from past couple days ago. Market cap 203 billion. We're actually up about 13 billion from our lows a week ago. Bitcoin market cap 112 billion, volume 4 billion again. So we're in these high threes, low fours. Just nothing. When we broke really bearish, we basically were in the fives. Low volume, market cap again. We're just hovering. We're just hovering once again. We went to 100. We went from 100 back up to what, 120, 125, 126, 125. So we went up 25%, and we come all the way back down to 109, 107, 112, 112. Okay, it's just weakening. It's just weakening. And dominance, we've seen a couple more percent moves go into the alts as Bitcoin has had this stability. Remember, when we see Bitcoin stable and slightly bullish, we get movement into our altcoins here, and that's basically what we've been seeing as this way. So listen, I'm watching Ethereum in terms of my altcoins, and I'm watching Bitcoin in terms of everything else. Bitcoin can stay solid and move upward slightly. We're seeing money being spread out, okay? But in terms of the alts, it's all about Ethereum right now. And any bull break we get, we still could target much higher here because we broke so bearishly here. Okay, our chalk and money is flying in. We're not up to 2 yet. We know what happens when we get up here. We find resistance. RSI is room to run, but we're getting close to, right, another diagonal resistance line again. So things we have to keep in mind about how much more runway we have in this move. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being part of my day today. Remember, you guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Big Chonis. Please give me some thumbs up. I love the thumbs up. I appreciate your support. I hope to keep you guys in touch over the weekend. And please reach out to me if you have any interest in my mentoring at Big Chonis, or DM me or email me bigchonis@gmail.com. For all of us at the Chonis gang, we'll talk to you guys later. The computer can work. Peace out.